Well then, let's see. Well, you boys want some quadludes?
I'm sorry.
Quadludes, 4 times better than quaaludes.
I was about to correct you.
No, I made that up. It's like all my drug names are made up. Just some of them are based on other things.
What ability do you have to convince them that this is a good idea?
Well, I do have, let's see here. I have my will and my personality, I guess. Although I'll roll will and see if that helps, and if it's not going to, then I'll burn personality on this just to get out of here without looking too awkward so I can get a suit and then come back as if nothing was amiss. So let's see here. I'm going to roll. It would have been will with, say, negotiation. So I'll just.
Okay. Let's see if Boots wants some quadludes. Boots is down for some quadludes, man. You have never seen him more itching to get some. You know, Boots probably has never tried drugs a day in his life, but you came around and he was like, man, that sounds amazing.
And since the first one is free, here you go.
Eyes, on the other hand, will have no part of it, thank you. Again, Eyes has a voice like a singer. Voice is like, no, thank you. But Boots is like, alright, how do we do this?
All right, would you want me to roll bad medicine, or are we going to assume that he just gets.
Alright, well, Boots is all up for it, right? But he wears a helmet over his head because he doesn't breathe the same air as you, and he also has a cybernetic body. So he's literally like, okay, how do we do this?
You don't have any kind of input ports on the suit, do
That's fair. That's fair. That's probably work. Like,
you? Yeah,
come
because you
on,
need.
man, hook me up. Or I'm sorry, come on, woman, hook me up.
I'm gonna have to definitely change this thing here, but I've got. Oh, I don't know what my successes are based on, but I've got 3 4s and 2 7s.
Well, you said
So
quadludes, and you named everything you've got. So which one of these is quadludes?
I'm looking for it now. Maybe I think I might have changed the name. I think it's Relaxinol that I would have given him to. It would have
You.
removed enrage.
Well, he is not enraged, so I guess he just calms down even further than being already chill. Ah, that's the stuff. And he would like settle down maybe to fall back on his backside, but he's a quadruped, so he just I guess slinks down further into his air quotes here boots.
You enjoy that, and I'll be back with a suit.
All right. So now what are you going? What are you doing?
Well, let's go back to the room and check and see which of those doors using the console would have a suit behind.
The console that was in the room that you came from.
Yes.
Okay. All right. You start tapping away at the console, and I think for now we're gonna go back to the Porsche.
Hello.
It's time to wake up. It's a new day to Porsche. What are you gonna do? What's the
It's a
plan
day.
today?
It's a day filled with portentousness. This is we're going to try and go topside with Jackson. So I'm going to gather all my crap, sure my husband is fed, and get out of here.
Okay, you get out of your room. How do you feed your husband?
Spider Chow. I only get Purina Spider Chow. It's the only brand he likes.
Okay. I didn't know if you were going to go a specific way with that, like bird feeding or whatnot.
No, and I carry him with me. He's not that big, and I have strength.
Okay. Alright, you step out of your room. It seems fairly quiet. There doesn't seem to be anybody in the main gathering area. Some time goes past. Normally, people start coming around. When I say people, I mean Torin and Jackson. They would be out by now, reviewing the day's orders. Normally, Jackson would be giving you guys the day's sheets of the expected quotas and whatnot, but he hasn't come around.
There's nobody around.
Right. But I'm saying time passes and nobody shows up either.
Oh, that's silly. I can see through this window, or at least I could. It actually was permeable. In other words, I'm getting fog of war through this blue window.
No,
so I can't see
I understand. But at the same time, I can just tell you that you don't see anybody in the refinery either.
Huh. No one's around.
Give me a roll of...
I'll get on the ring. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'd rather hear what you have to say first.
I was also going to check to see if there's any radio traffic.
Oh, there's always radio traffic. It's just up and down the...
Okay, but nothing from our guys. Okay.
Right. But I would say, give me a roll of mind and observation.
That's two successes. So I can ask my husband.
Oh, that's right. Husband's D8. I missed that for a second. Because he helps you observe things.
Husband's D8.
Alright, from Jackson's room, you can hear what sounds like a slight thumping noise.
Ew. Okay. Which one of these was Jackson's room?
The very north one.
Okay. I will buzz or knock.
Okay. You do that, and the thumping noise stops. But there is no response to the door.
And I can't see inside the room, right?
Right. There is no window to the room. You're basically gray steel walls with gray steel doors.
Move to where I'm out of direct line of fire of the door and knock on it again.
Once again, there is no response to the knocking. Like I said, the sound has gone away. It's not repeating anymore.
I know. I'll buzz the intercom. Hey Jackson, it's time to start work.
Again, no response.
I will attempt to open the door. Does the button, does the automatic system open, or is it soft locked?
I think this is your turn of events here. You push the button to open the door, and you hear this loud "No!" as the door comes sliding open. I think I've put this on a different layer, so I can just erase the door to open it.
Dun dun dun.
Now, from your angle, because I know you're positioned behind a vision blocking layer, I don't know that you can quite see what's going on here.
Wow. It looks like Jackson is down and Torin is standing up.
Right, and Torin is now facing the door in such a way as it looks like he was reaching out for a button on the other side of the door. Presumably, his voice that you heard say, "No!" in just that last moment.
Okay. I am a reasonably expedient person. Why is Jackson down? Is there anything obvious about it?
Well, let's see. Your last observation roll was 2 successes. Yeah, Torin has a hand. Well, he has 2 hands behind him. It's a joke on his species, I guess. I'm being racist. Speciest.
Hmm.
He has 2 arms behind his back. One of them is clearly clutching something. Jackson looks wounded in the, I would say neck. It's very hard to tell what cricks have, neck or not.
So, somewhere in between the head and body.
Yeah, somewhere in the head and body. Above their cybernetic body, but somewhere around the seal of the helmet of the neck. Of the helmet, rather.
Is the seal on his suit broken?
It appears to be, yes.
Okay. Well, I don't want Jackson to die.
Bless you.
So I am going to enter the room to see what is wrong with Jackson. Is Torin going to stop me?
Torin is going to back away from you as you approach.
Okay, that's good. I will attempt to. Okay, is Jackson still alive?
Jackson is dead. Jackson has not moved since you've entered the room. It appears that whatever environment was contained within his suit has completely leaked out.
I am going to draw my gun.
Torin has I don't know how to describe it, anguished but confused look on his face.
Well, he's an alien, so he has a look on his face.
Yes, he has a face.
Yeah, he has something that passes for a face. I might not be able to read it. The skill of being able to read people's emotions is questioning, and I don't have that skill. I am not a people person.
Alright, and you don't want to chance it with just like a mind roll?
He has some kind of look on his face. No, what I do want is I'm going to hold him at gunpoint and say, and tell him, okay, tell me what happened here. You're not going to spare any details. Because I do have presence. I do have intimidation.
Okay. Do you want to intimidate him first, or do you?
Oh hell yeah! There's a dead body in the room.
Okay, well, roll me a. Give me an intimidation.
Okay, I have a 7 and 2 successes.
Oh, you already rolled. Okay.
I just rolled.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I get presents for being a Rax. So
he has a 4 and a 6, so you still have
Yep.
1 success with a 7. So
Yep.
he is what? Afraid? Terrified.
Yep. Afraid.
Panicked.
Now spill the
I
bits.
can't remember which one it is anymore.
Spill the details.
Okay. You pull the gun on him. He is afraid. You hear the clatter of a knife drop from behind him as it hits the floor. And he drops to 4 knees and raises the 2 hands that you can see in front of him into the air and say, I didn't mean to. He wouldn't tell me. Things just got out of hand. I didn't mean to kill him.
This screws everything up. I think to myself, I am about to do something that is extremely cold. I am going to walk over and reassure Torin. I understand. You're under a lot of pressure. These things happen. I don't pretend to know what went on between you and Jackson, but I'm sure everyone's going to agree with you, Jackson. They're there, and I want to reassure him because I want him distracted.
I mean, he seems pretty distracted by his eyes trailing on the gun right now, but you tell me what.
I put the gun away.
Okay, you put the gun away,
and then could move over to.
So you're trying to reason with him.
No, I'm trying to trick him.
Okay. All right, we'll make that roll. We'll see how well you trick him then.
I don't know if I get a bonus because he's panicked, but I'm trying to trick him.
Well, let's see if it even matters first. It doesn't.
Wow. Okay. because while I'm doing that, and while he's afraid and confused, a double whammy. Oh, sorry, panicked and confused. I'm gonna pick the knife up from the floor and stab him.
Okay. Make that attack roll. I know you have bonus D8 because of confused.
And I have another bonus D8 because I have strength.
Oh, there you go. And he can try to dodge. Didn't roll bad, but you rolled excellent. So, 3 successes with a knife.
Which would be 4 points of damage, but since this is important to me, I'm going to tap my personality, which is determined.
So 5 points of damage. He will try to soak. As the knife buries itself, where do you want to stab him?
Well, in the neck.
Okay, same part. Okay, he fails to soak. 5 points of damage. The knife wiggles a bit when you go to stab him in the neck, and it rips into his cybernetic body as well, destroying parts of that, rendering him dying instead of...
Perfect.
As he slumps to the floor.
I would be extremely worried if it was an overkill, because that would just be horribly messy.
As his oxygen, or oxygen substitute, I should say, begins pouring out of the wound.
Okay.
His arms grasping for the hole, unable to clamp it shut. And this look of why over his face.
Well, I can't tell you, and you're a murderer, so I'm... normally I'd be sympathetic to this, but I can't believe you killed Jackson over something so stupid as money. But you're dead now, so I'm going to go and... where did the data pad with all the stuff on it? Is it on him? Did I see where he put it last night?
You recall seeing he hid it somewhere under his bed, but you weren't exactly sure because, again, he's so rotund, it was hard to see exactly where he was putting anything.
Okay, I would like to go ahead and look under the bed. So...
Right. Give me a mind and observation. Just to see how easy it is to find. 2 successes? Yeah.
Yep.
It doesn't look like Jackson was any expert in espionage because you flipped the mattress and it was there. It was just there.
Okay. Well, enough to defeat a casual inspection, enough to defeat Torin. So...
Right, Torin may have just stuck an arm in there, floated around, and didn't find anything, and then went to Jackson.
This is going to be difficult, too, because I don't understand how this plan was supposed to work, but if I'm going to try and sell it. But you know what? In for a penny, in for a pound.
Well, you saw the sheet. I mean, to your limited knowledge, it might just be information that's worth selling.
Yeah, Jackson thought it was important. I mean, there might be, I don't know if it's a plan they already considered, because it's more expensive than Jackson thinks. Jackson thought it was important, but I don't know. But you know what? I'm just going to pretend I didn't see any of this. I'm going to go ahead and, I already have gloves on because we're going to work. I'm going to go ahead and wipe myself down to make sure I don't have their effluvium on my bodies. And I'm going to leave this crime scene using my deceit and craft to clean up after me. I'm trying to remember, I know there's crime drama shows that where, they discover that the maids did it. It was the reason why they can't find any evidence is because, the hotel maids did it. They know how to clean a crime scene.
Oh, that was Burn Notice.
I think it's on both Burn Notice and Monk. And I think it's been used on Columbo.
No, you're right. That was Monk. I'm remembering Monk. The kid tells them that the maids did it and nobody believes the kid. No, the kid finds a dead body and nobody believes him.
But it was also this is the cleanest crime scene I've ever seen, which of course makes it extremely suspicious. But I just want to clean up any evidence. I'm just going to go that they killed each other and I'm going to leave. The fact that he was dying makes this perfect, because now it looks like they might have been suicide. I'll press the knife into Jackson's hand.
Ah, yes, the classic double suicide.
I couldn't have planned it any better, but making it a dying where his cybernetic suit broke and then his air leaked out makes this perfect. I feel dark about this, but Torin killed Jackson, and Jackson was my friend.
He was.
All right, armed with this plan, I'm going to go topside like we originally planned. We're going to go try and sell this.
All right. You pass through the refinery, and then out to the landing pad,
Yep.
where a shuttle rests. Tell me, what
Oh.
skills do you have to get the hell out of here?
Well, how is Jackson gonna get out of here? He has the same skill sets I do.
Does he? Yeah.
Well, I
You remember,
suppose.
you both also had teamwork, though.
Well, I know I have basic transportation ability. I suppose if I use proper flight plans and if this is a proper vehicle and we don't experience any turbulence, I can fly this myself. That's probably the part I was in the plane because I actually have transport.
Got it. That makes sense. It all equals out.
Well, that and I'm also like intimidating, so he might put stock in me because I'm like that kind of person.
And you have,
So.
of course you do. If you have any transport, you'd be able to rote at least one success. That's enough to get yourself to anywhere on.
I mean, I have a E4, but I have it, so I'm probably the driver.
Right. Well, you're also the only passenger, so. But
Okay,
yeah, no,
right.
I just mean that with that amount of success, you can get anywhere here on Setfum, whether that be flying your way up to Asteroid Vestra or anywhere else on the refinery.
Well, and assuming the weather's clear, which it is.
Right.
Okay. Well, we were going to go topside. I mean, we discussed this, so I'm going to go ahead and go where he thought he might be able to find buyers.
Well, you recall your conversation last night. He was talking about. Sorry, my mind just blanked there. Volante Industrial, selling it to the industrials.
Okay, let's go there.
Alright, so I guess you're going to Asteroid Vestra then?
Yep.
Because
And,
that would be your ticket to getting a ride elsewhere into the system.
Okay, and I'll do everything by the book, too. I don't see, register a flight plan and everything. This is a commercial district, so I'm assuming they have flight plans so to crash into each other.
You would have to buy a flight plan if you wanted that. That's how that's how they keep themselves commercial.
Crap.
Or
So
you could try to devise your own flight plan. This is also how they keep themselves commercial.
What was Jackson's plan to get out of here? How we were just gonna fly away?
Unfortunately, that plan died with Jackson.
And there's nothing in his notes here, is there?
No, his data pad is completely about sorry, what was it? The cold emission of electrons in the interior. It's all about MTF reactions. And
Yeah.
how to improve them by his notes describe a good 0.3%.
Well, this isn't my ship. What flight plans does the ship already have?
It doesn't have any. It's a shuttle. It's meant to go anywhere up and down the elevator, which I know is an ironic thing to say, or to the asteroid Vestra. It's more of like an emergency thing.
Okay, so I can fly this to Vestra.
Yeah, Vestra is just the asteroid in orbit around Setfum. Like you said, this shuttle is has enough to get anywhere in or around Setfum. If you were going to another planet, you would need a better ship.
Okay, well, our plan was to go to Vestra, right? The asteroid?
Yeah. If you want to get out of this planet's gravity well, you go to Vestra, and from there you go somewhere else.
Then that's where I'll take this ship.
Okay. And with that, we will go back to the UTS base in Griff. I'm sorry, with J0-11. Who probably has a real name, but he hasn't been called that in 10 years.
So I'm gonna pull Firestorm back towards me, just look at like the dead synth across the hallway, and just turn my back on it cold and callously, because it's a cold-hearted robot, and I don't care. This says viewing area.
It does.
Is that a door or a glass window into something?
That's a door.
Alright. I'm gonna try jiggling a little bit. Does it open?
And also, it doesn't... sorry. It doesn't open, and also, it doesn't jiggle. It seems to be a solid door, not made by some shitty contractor that you seem to be imagining.
Here was me just hoping it was unlocked or something.
I mean, maybe if you try to open it, it might be.
Okay, well, I will try to open it, was mine. Okay.
No, you tell me you're jiggling it. I'm just imagining you're shaking the door. I don't know what you're doing. Alright, give me a second here. I think this is a...
Sorry, I need to remember in the future there aren't handles to jiggle or anything.
Alright, you open it up, and it looks like a mirror of the room you passed through a minute ago. Except, there's a dead body in it.
Right.
Covered in lacerations.
Something's already gotten here, and it closed the door, too. So who is this guy? Is that another robot?
Nope, it appears to be a mixture of flesh and, flesh and, come on brain, fungus.
Hmm. It doesn't have the appearance of working here, though, does it?
It's not wearing a uniform.
Gotcha. I also want to just ask on my assumption. These things previously also did not have uniforms or anything.
Correct.
Okay. So far, no one who actually knows anything, just everyone escaping at the same time. So I'm going to turn this corner and just see what I get. Oof, more bodies. Isn't that great? Should go back up to... Uh, this door doesn't seem open. I'm gonna open it. Can I?
You go to try and open the door, and it opens.
Ooh.
Again, you can read the floor, right?
Yes, indeed.
It says J0-13.
Yup. Presumably, if it's closed, maybe whoever's in there is still alive. Nope, I'm terribly wrong. Huh, this says warning. I'm pretty sure mine has the same label on it, doesn't it?
You wouldn't know. You didn't go over there, and also you're usually unconscious by the time you're brought back.
Okay. But this guy doesn't look like worked here, but this door is closed.
Correct. It does have the window in it, and you can see through the window if you so choose.
Okay, what's in the window?
I will just remove the door from the blocking there, but you know that the door still is there, though.
Okay. What is that? That's some kind of squid brain thingy with a beak.
If you want to roll me a mind in academics, maybe you know what it is.
I sure could roll that because I am smart. It did leave me with a book at some point. And just to confirm, I believe it is a D6 for my brain. It is. So here's me being smart. I got a 1.
Something everyone would know. Sure, I don't see why this would be a mystery to you. You would actually know. This would be a mystery. This is one of those other types. You don't know what this is. Because, there's the races everybody knows, and then there's the races that maybe some people know. This is not one of those races everybody knows.
What does it appear to be doing right now?
Basically the same thing you did every day. It doesn't seem to be all that different. I mean,
Does it...
down to our hearts, aren't we all the same, really?
Okay. Does it look like this door can open easily?
I mean, it looks just like every other door, really.
Okay. Well, I'm not sure if it's locked or not.
Down at our hearts, aren't we all really just the same door?
I will go ahead and attempt to open it.
It appears to be locked.
I thought so. So I'm going to give it a knock first, and see if the thing inside responds.
It turns to look at the door, but otherwise does nothing.
Okay. I'm going to try to say through the door, you might want to stand away. I'm going to let Firestorm come in and start beating on it. He does have warp and vulnerable, so I imagine that should probably just melt the door slowly. Or rather immediately, as it gets just totally trashed.
Yeah, I don't know
Unless
how
you want
much
me to,
longer.
like, start rolling for it.
Well, we already know what the damage is anyway. Because it's flat zero, all you would need to do is beat the door's inability to dodge. I'm
Right.
just doing the math in my head. Probably have to hit it like 2 or 3 times. That's fine. If that's your intent, then sure, the door will be destroyed.
Alright. And I look in and I just say to it, I'm getting out of here. You probably ought to do the same.
You see its pseudopod type arms start to spread out as it begins hovering off of the ground.
Huh. Okay. Well, it has its freedom, whatever it wants to do with that, and if it wants to communicate, well, we'll see if it does. I still need to explore the rest of this floor. I'm gonna try opening the viewing area door next, and just see if who else is dead behind it.
Okay, hold on. The door opens.
Okay. I'll give a quick check at this door. This is just another little viewing area. What is behind this one? More dead things. Behind closed doors, too.
But you
How
would
does it
know
look like
that
this one died?
lacerations.
Huh.
And you know that that one is an Adhelion. That's a race you
Hmm.
know. I know that one.
I know. It's a bird thing. Everyone here is dead. Wait. Is Does that one look like it actually works here?
Yes. Well, I mean, in as much as it seems to be wearing an outfit.
Okay, cool. Well, I want to kind of rifle it for, say, key cards or passcodes or any information or a data pad. What does he actually have on him?
He is carrying a scientist outfit.
That
And
scientist out.
other than maybe some trinkets of, like, pencils, pads,
Hmm.
that sort of material, nothing of note. No key cards or, hey, this is my last will and note. You'll find notes 5 and 7 in the other side of the facility.
Here's my notes describing every last moment of my life.
Thankfully, I ripped all the pages out and spread them out as I was running.
Well,
Oh,
that makes slightly more sense than the data recorder.
well, I turned a corner and I see a thing that is alive
Yes, you
as I
see
step out
a
of the room.
guy propped up against the wall. He turns and looks at you as you round the corner, and you can see he has a semi-auto carbine in his arms. It says, "You there! Stop!"
You're not gonna be like those damn robots too, huh?
He says, "Stay where you're at. You know what? In fact, go back the way you came."
Are you stupid? Everyone here's dead.
Well, that may be true, but if I let you get past me, then I'll be dead.
You look half dead already. Do you need any help?
Yeah, if you could render that help by going back the way you came.
What a pain. That looks like something over here. I'm going to try to basically intimidate him, as he is in a very injured state, and I don't necessarily feel like murdering a live thing just yet.
Okay.
I believe it was body and what else?
Isn't it will and
Presence.
presence? Pretty sure it's
There we go.
will and presence. Okay.
Alright, so Roll 1d6 plus 2d8, and do I get a bonus for him being injured or anything?
No, because he seems pretty resolute.
Alright, well I did get a 7.
Alright, that is enough to make him afraid.
And as I just sort of casually approach, I just go, you ought to just stay out of everyone's way.
And he just, like, lowers the gun towards the floor with a sigh of resignation.
And what is that?
That is another scientist in an outfit, and they seem to be working on the door. Well, on a pad on the door.
Okay. I am approaching. What is this curve here?
That is the outline of the facility. The facility you're in, you would not know this from the inside, is actually spherical in nature. Unfortunately, and this is just a roll 20 thing, you cannot have a vision blocking layer that's a sphere. It really screws everything up.
Yeah, I understand that.
Somebody offered me some script or something that would solve that. By that point, I'd already laid out the entire facility inside of a sphere.
Quick little check. I just want to open this door and see what's here.
Sure, one sec.
As I'm just like approaching towards the scientist. Oh, more dead people. Oh, I'm not going to bother them. So the scientist appears to be working on the
That is
door.
the strangest thing I've heard today. Dead thing, not gonna bother them.
So he's working on the keypad. Is he trying to open it?
Are you going to interrupt them? Maybe even get their attention?
Yeah, I'm gonna get their attention. Hey, you.
They are going to jump back from the datapad, look at you, and say, You've got to get out of here.
That's sort of my thought.
No, out of here, away from this. Get back in there.
I don't think so. I'm leaving.
Are you insane? Are you like them?
I kind of just raise an eyebrow. What do you mean? I walked out and everyone's dead. I don't intend to become like them.
Oh dear gods, are they all dead?
Well, most of them. And I just kind of like point casually towards like the security guard at the end of the hallway. He still seems to be breathing.
Look, we can't let you out of here.
It's not a matter of let. You're going to get me out of here.
If I do
That's
that...
gonna be presents.
Alright, yeah, sure. No response to that then. Alright, I'm just gonna double check. Yeah, same die. Which means I have no chance to beat you.
Oh gosh, yeah.
So,
Did
afraid.
you like roll a d4 there? No, that was just a 6.
I guess it's still the same response though. If I let you out of here, we're all dead.
What do you mean? The other guy said that too. Are they gonna kill you if you leave?
If we leave and they discover the base in this state of operations, they will destroy it, and then they will try to find anybody who got out of here. It's a quarantine measure. Anybody that leaves here is dead.
Then it sounds like we're in the same damn boat. Either we're all going to die here, or we're all going to leave.
Or, I'm just throwing this out there, because you're scary. I don't want to boss with you. We could just all stay here and not die.
I'm just going to like glare at him with like my deep spacey eyes and just go, if you want to stay here and die, go for it. I'm not here to stop you from being an idiot. You're getting me out of here. How do I get out of here?
You don't. You don't get out of here. Again, if you get out of here, we'll all die. The presence of mind of this NPC is that, again, as explained a moment ago, if you leave, they will kill him. You can kill him. He's afraid of that. So literally, the threat of death is no longer on the table as a threat because everything is going to kill him, no matter what he does.
Right. And the thing behind him is a door.
It's an airlock, yes.
So I'll just kind of point to that and go, where does that go?
To the shuttle bay. It's locked.
Good.
It's on lockdown. No matter what you do to me, you'll never get through that door.
I'll just roll my eyes a little bit. Where can I shut it down from?
Nowhere. The controls are on the other side.
What a pain.
It's a stopgap measure to prevent situations like this, to ensure that our quarantine doesn't get broken.
Well, I'm about to break it. Step aside. Firestorm's gonna go up and do what he did before and just start warping the door.
Well, being that this is a thicker door, it will have a longer amount of time, but Firestorm will assuredly get through it. However, once you start attacking the door, a comm is going to open up from the data slate thing that the scientist was operating on, and says, "Get that beast away from the door this instant, or I will open this entire facility up to the vacuum of space."
Give me that. And I'll just go ahead and swipe up the data pad.
No, it's
Firestorm
it's on the wall.
Oh, okay. I'll go up towards the wall, and Firestorm will stop for the moment, because I'll take that threat seriously. Who the hell is this?
This is Commander Vitri. I am in command of Unit J0, and I will not see this facility be bombed to the dirt.
It sounds like you don't have much of a choice.
I have plenty of choice. If I evacuate the contents to space, then assuredly only one of two of you would survive. I will then only have to take care of those. Then I seal the facility down and then contact my superiors. I could easily kill all of you and then not have to deal with the consequences.
Does that mean you're gonna kill these two guys who are still down here?
If it prevented you from escaping, then I guess I would have to, wouldn't I?
I'm just gonna like turn around to a guy who I don't know the name of, but is named Tarandi, and just go, I don't think your boss likes you very much.
That's what I was trying to tell you. If you get out of here, we're all dead anyway.
Well, now's the time for me to probably step away from this. Actually, I'll stop and turn one more time back around to Tarandi. Where's your boss? Where's that voice coming from?
He's on the other side of the airlock.
Damn it.
The moment all this started happening, he rushed to a shuttle. He's sitting out there, trying to figure out what to do. I've been here trying to beg him to let us out. He told me the same thing he just told you.
Damn it. I'm gonna have to find a spacesuit around here. You got any storage around here? Or are all the spacesuits with the shuttles too?
Now, I know that you've terrified him, or you've made him very scared. But do you have any ability to convince him to help you, considering that he knows that if you escape, he's dead?
Good question. The answer is, I only have presence. I can't really negotiate here. I can't really just ask him questions. I could at best maybe try to just inspire him to think about his life a little bit more here, but that would be the extent of it.
Alright, because I think this guy is now too afraid to be of much help in, like, locating supplies or anything.
Mhm.
Because again, you know what his fears are, and all you're doing is playing on his fears, but not in a way that's making him more helpful.
And I guess a thing of note, so I do technically have equipment because of character generation, but I'm going to presume that I'm not loaded down with guns in a spacesuit right
Give me a roll of mind and observation.
now. Okay, that's going to be just a D6 out of me.
Because this is a roll you would have made earlier, but I just forgot to. That's bad on me. Yeah, so no, not so much. You had gear when you were a kid and you came here, and they took that away from you, but you don't know what
Mhm.
they did with it.
Right.
And you did not see it when you were passing through the facility.
Well, time to go explore and open up these rooms one by one. This room is like an office or something, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a
Alright,
reception area. But before you go exploring, we're gonna move back.
alright.
But before we actually move back, I need to use the bathroom real quick. So, I don't know, 5 minute break.
Alright, quick break. I'll get a drink too.
All right.
They left me all alone. Hello, Internet. With no other voices going, the voices in my head will finally be heard.
But will you listen to them?
Oh, you're still here. Hello.
Hello.
I'm amusing myself by bothering the cat. So this has been pretty weird so far,
Indeed.
and ambitious. I can't stand the tension.
So I'm gonna.
Insanity.
You're all so quiet.
Oh well, I got up and got tea and some crackers.
I wish I had crackers.
But yeah, so we have 3 very tense situations going on right now, huh?
Well, not very tense. I just murdered somebody and then flew away.
Well, I mean, that had tension to it. I still have like multiple lives in my hands to care about.
You've got something serious.
Yeah. I knew at least one of us had a chance of getting jettisoned out of their lock today. Sort of makes me want to reconsider not being an airtight species suddenly.
Yeah, that was an executive decision that all the like people wondering why the aliens weren't too weird. It was because we want to make sure everyone could breathe, everyone could talk.
Right. I think the only one that would qualify would be the Morpheer.
But they can breathe and talk.
But they are, quote, airtight.
Well, what I mean is so are the synths. What I meant was like instead of some of the aliens that you see in Myriad aliens who specifically need life.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like to be more technical, everyone had to be aerobic, as in able to survive in an oxygenated atmosphere.
Right, right.
And no, so yeah, no, I like the weirder aliens, but the weirder means weirder, and so our goal was to make them weird enough, like even the basic ones, they're weird enough that they felt like aliens without just being villain costumes or just like orcs and halflings redesigned.
Right, no one would just like a rubber forehead.
Yeah, definitely not the rubber forehead thing, and especially not the like the uniform culture thing. It's like, yes, we're all Cardassians and we're all the same. We're all like this. It's like, no. I mean, there are cultural things that are biologically related, but once again, they're biologically related. Like you have the sexual dimorphism of the Ragya, where we're spiders. The women are smart and the men aren't. Get over it. Or Truodons, who are, yes, they're violent and mood swings. So it's just what they are.
Indeed.
So it's yeah, it's the weird thing where we wanted the game to be more. The game itself is neutral, but the way the culture has to react to it has to make sense. Like, it's not that the Morpheer are the rules consider the Morpheer able to eat brains. It's how would society react to a bunch of people who eat brains?
Who eat brains, take memories, and disguise themselves.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud of that because the reason why they're all over the galaxy is because, well, how would you stop them? They can assume anyone's identity. Of course, they would spread all over the galaxy.
I mean, the setting does have one place that uses them in a good light, so that's why they're accepted there.
It's all what you're willing to do.
Yeah. Well, the refuge uses them as backups, basically, for people. If somebody dies and they had training in some specialty thing, and there's no backup immediately available, it's acceptable in the refuge for a Morpheer to eat your brain and then take your job while somebody else is trained. Also, back in the original times, it's all in the history document, but on the original times when they first started up the refuge, some people used the Morpheer for emotional sympathy sort of thing. Your husband dies, you don't have any family left, you're all alone. Morpheer eats your husband, and for a short time, you've got somebody who knows exactly all the things you need them to know.
That's creepy. I like it.
It's also accepted in the refuge. So if you want to play a Morpheer who's, not going to be a kill on sight sort of thing, or, we hate the Morpheer. Play Morpheer in the refuge.
Morpheer grief counseling.
And job support. Well, are we all back?
I'm back.
I'm back.
Yup, yup.
Alright, let's see. Where were we? Alright, sorry, that's Jewel. Vryn. There we go. Alright, Vryn, you went back to the, not apartment, you went back to the, quarters that you'd been given. What exactly you were
Yes.
doing again?
Looking to see where the suits were kept, the spacesuits.
Now, typically, these guys have their own suits. More specifically, you don't want somebody messing with your suit. It's a very competitive job market, pirates. If there's one less share, that's one less person to divide.